Come on, do something. Now let's go toss some plastic. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we find ourselves at our third and final course in Battle Creek, Michigan. Today we are taking on Kimball Pines, and we have hole 1, and it's like 475 feet dead straight. Absolutely terrible hole 1. No one's arm is nearly warmed up enough for that one, but I am gonna full send my Garrett Girthy Wraith, and I'm excited to get this round started. Oh, right into the brush. That's exactly what we're looking for. Not our best first throw of the round, but definitely not the worst. We still have 160 feet. As you can see, this hole gains a ton of elevation. I can barely see the top of the basket up there. We are gonna give it a full run with our Pro Rhino. That felt good. All right, I think that was perfect. And by perfect, of course, I mean 30 feet short. So we have our first tester putt of the round on hole 1. Nobody likes to see it. Hopefully we can knock it down to save our 3. Nope. Oh my goodness. Good morning to you all. For the 4. Hole 2, 345 feet dead straight. And as you guys can see, we can't see anything. So I did glimpse the basket as I walked by. It is just dead straight. We are gonna go with a soft Valkyrie. Get some stability. All right, that should be pretty good. We hung straight, mission accomplished. The Valkyrie did come up quite a bit shorter than I expected, but with that steep incline right off that tee shot, it is a difficult throw. Hopefully we can wake the putter up and knock down this probably 70-footer. Come on. Oh, nah. Man, that would have been nice. Hole 3, 294 feet. UDisc has this as kind of a straight shot, but honestly, from the tee pad, it looks like a huge anhyzer. So I am gonna play a little cautiously, give it a soft toss with the Valkyrie, hopefully find the pin on shot 2. Oh. Well, we clipped a tree I couldn't see, kicked us back towards the middle. So if UDisc is right, we're in a good spot. If I was right, I think we're in a bad one. So UDisc was right, no surprise there. This hole is mostly straight, but I'm telling you from the tee pad, it looks like the biggest Annie shot of your life. We're left with yet again, another 70-footer. Hopefully we can knock this one down. Nope, too low. And I hit the tripod. So far being in Battle Creek, I've learned a few things. One, it is the mosquito capital of the world. It doesn't matter if it's 80 degrees out and sunny, they're still biting you in broad daylight, the audacity on them. And number 2, the courses are very nice, but you get tee signs or you get tee pads. You don't get both. Hole 4, 256 feet, dead straight. We are gonna go with the Envy. I am a little apprehensive because we have some swirling wind going on, but hopefully we can get a good shot with it. Oh, it's dancing, it's pushing. Get up there. All right, I think we got about pin high, handled the wind okay. Hopefully we can knock down this putt. The old trusty Envy did get us up here, but unfortunately has left us with a very small ceiling. So we're gonna have to drop to the knee and hopefully pick up this birdie. Wow, I did not deserve that after how corny that sentence was. Hole 5, UDisc has it at 553 feet and just dead straight, somewhere up there in those group of trees would be my guess. We are gonna full send our champion boss. Oh yeah, that was a good throw. Get up there. All right, let's see if we can go find the basket now. The basket is hidden way up in that corner in the shadows. It is quite tricky to see. I would guess we still have around 150 feet to get up there. We are gonna full send our champion rhino. Get some stability. We just never had a chance of missing that tree. For the 3. That was nice, solidly played hole. Hole 6, it's 345 feet dead straight, but as you can see, it is way uphill. And if you just go for some big hyzer shot, you are gonna catch yourself in the middle of all that brush in the middle of the fairway. You could push out super wide if you wanted to, but that just seems like going a lot of extra distance to get to the pin. So we are gonna throw right at it with our champion orc. That's bad. Oh, my hands are so sweaty. It is a hot one today. Let's go try to find that. So I have found the orc, and I am actually gonna try to go for a tomahawk up and over out of this stuff. Hopefully leave ourselves a putt, and hopefully the camera picks up any of it. All right, that sounded like solid ground, which I think is a win. Get a nice little overhead throw with the orc. Hopefully we can take advantage of it and save our 3. Oh, barely, but we saved it. One thing that always makes me laugh when I'm playing disc golf is when I shank one of my drives into the woods. I go look for it, and there is a perfectly worn out path leading right into the middle of the woods. Like, that thing gets more use than the fairway does, you know what I mean? Hole 7, and this is a fun one. It is 246 feet. Dead straight downhill. They have kind of a little island made out of rocks down there. Now, we haven't been doing well with these shot shapes on the channel for a little bit, so hopefully we can get some redemption with our rhino. All right, much better. Rhino actually went a little far, and that's not something I get to say very often. We've left ourselves still about a 30-foot, 35-foot comeback putt for the 2. Oh my goodness. Oh, the putting's been in a bit of a funk. Just half an inch low. Hole 8, the stump has it at 501 feet. It is almost identical to, I believe, hole 5. We're throwing down the same chunk of road, kind of the same distance. It's supposed to be dead straight. We are gonna full send our Garrett Girthy Wraith. That was throwing pretty good. All right, let's go find the basket. We still do have a little over 100 feet. We did not get a ton of distance on that with the Wraith. We are gonna full send it with our Pro Rhino. Actually, with the low ceiling, we're gonna audible to our champion Rhino. All right, that was a much better choice. For the 3, hole 9, 323 feet. It looks just like hole 3, I believe. Dead straight. We have an even bigger mound in front of us now. Very tricky tee shot. And again, we're gonna go with our Valkyrie. All right, I'm guessing it's gonna be just like the last one. We're gonna be a little bit short, very hard to get that distance when you're just throwing straight up. The Valkyrie finished far more off to the left than I realized, leaving us a tricky putt, completely blind with this big bush in front of us. We're just gonna hang it wide on a big hyzer. I'd guess maybe about 60 feet. Oh, man, we have not gotten a long one to fall in a while. That felt pretty good. For today's hole 9 break, I just want to ask you guys a simple question, and that is, what is your best disc golf memory? I have a lot of them. It's really hard to choose from. Honestly, some of the scenic places that I've played might take the cake, but as I mentioned in the depth charge review video, I did recently win a tournament with my buddy Rourke. I don't really play tournaments at all. Maybe 1-2 a year for doubles, just because I enjoy playing doubles. And this one was at Flip City. It was a pretty big tournament, sells out quick every year, and we took it down. But the way that it happened is what made it so memorable for me. It was 2 full rounds of 24 holes, so it was 48 holes in total. And on the 47th hole, we walked up, we were completely tied with the other team. I threw a really good drive. It was kind of a tricky hole, about 10 feet from the basket, and we both missed the putt. And now let me tell you something, that was my best putting day ever. We were on fire. The other team was also very skilled. Of course, they made it, and there we found ourselves down 1 stroke going into the last hole, which, let me tell you something, hole 5, I think it is, at Flip City is not an easy birdie. Not for me. The drive is very weird and technical. It's very hard to get to the pin, so you're almost relying on a throw-in. We were super bummed and super discouraged. We both threw our drives up there. I think mine was, I'm not really sure. I was probably 70 feet-ish from the basket. The other team just kind of laid up thinking there's no way. I threw my putt down there, just barely tickled the chains, and then Rourke walked up and just absolutely dropped the long one down, pushing us into a playoff. Everyone is just completely exhausted at this point. We had quite a long wait before the playoff started. I fully anticipated it to be a long playoff at Flip. Hole 1 is definitely one that you want to pick up. The first people walked up there, they struggled off the tee. Rourke struggled off the tee. I took my old trusty Champion Rhino. I put it to like 2 feet from the basket and got to have a walk-off dunk. I will never forget that moment, how it all came together, the last 3 holes just being as crazy as they were. So I do want to give a big shout out to Rourke. That place is a lot of fun. I love Bill up at Flip City, but I want you guys to tell me, I shared mine, now you share with me one of your absolute best disc golf memory. Hole 10, udisc has it at 330 feet, basically just dead straight, and then I think it has a right finish somewhere at the end of this tunnel, but we are just gonna throw our truth up there, probably leave ourselves a long putt, and hopefully make it. All right, we got up there a decent ways. We did clip some of those branches hanging over. Let's see what we got. The truth did get us pin high, but did not get that right finish. This truth is definitely not that beat in, but we have left ourselves another long one, probably about 45, 50 feet for the 2. Come on. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hole 11, 340 feet, kind of the same thing. It's a dead straight tunnel shot, but this one does go uphill and then slowly back down. Not an easy shot shape. We are gonna full send our Envy. Nope, that's so bad. Man, that shot shape was just in my head from the beginning. I just had no confidence on that throw. Here's where the Envy landed, and we are not in an ideal situation. This is a very difficult up and down. We still have 179 feet. We are straddled out super far. I'm gonna try to give it a very soft throw with my sole. Hopefully the understability will keep us straight. I could not even see that branch. Bummer. If there was ever a time for us to clutch up and finally knock down one of these long putts, now is the time. Probably 75, 80 feet to save our par. Oh, so close. Hole 12, 263 feet. It's another just kind of dead straight one. This one goes slightly uphill though. So we are gonna full send our truth. That looks perfect. Oh, I think we had a little run there. I think we were just in front of the basket. Felt great out of the hand. For the much needed birdie. One weird thing that I have noticed about this course, when you follow the arrows from hole to hole, you tend to come out right in the middle of it. I know it sounds bizarre, but I just finished up hole 8 and I come walking out of this path and the basket for hole 9 is right over there. And the tee pad is way down there. So it's like, you come up kind of like in the danger zone if somebody's teeing off, and then you just turn around and you just walk halfway, I don't know, seems weird. Hole 13, and this one is a nice change of pace. It's only 188 feet. It is slightly downhill and it has a strong right finish. It is just asking for a big thumber shot, but honestly, I just want to throw the old Waka Waka. Settle down. Oh yeah, I think we crushed right past that basket. Here's where the Waka Waka landed. As you can see, we went flying past the basket and landed underneath this old gazebo thing. It is a real shame that the elements have kind of taken it over. This would be a really nice chill spot about halfway through your round, watch other people's drives coming in. But nonetheless, we've left ourselves about 40 feet, big comeback putt for the 2. We can't make one today. Can't make one today. It's not gonna, I don't even know what the chains sound like anymore. Hole 14 and udisc has this at 395 feet, basically dead straight. You can't see a lot off this tee shot. We are not pushing for any kind of big distance here. We are just gonna take our NV, throw it towards that gap, and then make a play for the pin. Looks decent. I don't know if we're in the fairway or in the woods. Here's where the NV landed, and we have no attempt to actually try to make a run at this putt, so we are gonna try an old-fashioned skip shot with the splice. Come on. Oh, not bad. I mean, you can't ask for much on a skip shot. For the par. Hole 15, and it is 385 feet, and from the tee pad it looks like we are just facing a wall of trees, but actually up in the left hand corner a small fairway emerges. Now I do not think it is worth it at all to try to go for this pin, so we are just going to take our Kia, rock it out nice and wide, and hopefully be able to attack the pin on shot number 2. Skip up there, go on. All right, maybe we played a little too safe, but I could not tell how far away that opening was. Upon getting closer to this hole, you 100% can go for it. If you just throw a big hyzer 380 feet, even if you crash into these trees, it'll play out just fine. But it has left us a very exciting upshot after our silly layup throw here. We have a little over 100 feet, kind of a big Annie shot, and we are gonna full send the Waka Waka. Come on, do something good. All right, you know, it was good. I was hoping we'd hit the basket or something, but it was still a good shot. For the 3, hole 16, 221 feet, dead straight uphill. There is an opening up there in the trees right before the basket. You kind of want that left finish. We are gonna full send our Kia. Oh. That slipped immediately out of my hand. I'm trying hard to keep my hands dry. I will say, of all the holes so far, this one is definitely the prettiest. It's a cool design, very pleasing aesthetically on the eyes. We are gonna go with a little catch cam action here because I do think I can actually make a play towards the pin. I'm just gonna pick my Kia up, throw it on a pretty steep hyzer, and I think we should be able to get through here. Hopefully that showed up. Nice par save. One interesting thing about this course is that it is actually a rebuild of an older and established course. I don't know when this happened, but this course was ravished by a tornado and it is being rebuilt. If any locals can give me some details on that, I would love to hear them. Hole 17, and this in my opinion is the most exciting hole that we have played so far. It is 302 feet. It is downhill, slight Annie the entire way, but we do have a low ceiling. Very exciting hole. We are gonna full send the Soul. Oh, we threw that really good. We just released it a fuzz early. If we would have caught that turn actually down the fairway, I think it would have worked out well. I can't say I've ever had a putt like this before. We have landed right behind this massive tree trunk. It is taller than me. I cannot see the basket at all. It's probably around 60 feet would be my guess for the 2. Come on. Did that hit? Did I actually? There's no way that I just hit the basket again from here. Maybe I didn't though. Maybe that was just a tree. I think we may have bounced off that small tile at the bottom of the basket. Rounding off our day here at Kimball Pines, we have hole 18, 405 feet, dead straight, quite a bit uphill. It is a beautiful looking hole. We are gonna full send our Garrett Girthy Wraith. Get up there. All right, we caught that big branch hanging down. I was trying to get a little more turn on it. Let's see what we're gonna have from there. We have left ourselves in a very interesting spot to end our round on. I would guess we're about 70 feet. I don't know if it's possible to get enough hyzer to really give this basket a run, but I am gonna give it a soft toss with my splice. Oh, we sailed way past it, didn't we? Dang it. We've left ourselves about 20 feet for the 3. Wow, that's what it feels like to make a putt. And that wraps up today's video at Kimball Pines and our final stop here in Battle Creek, Michigan. And overall, guys, I will say Kimball Pines is a solid course, but I think that's where it ends. Kimball Pines is a cool course, but while playing it, what kept going through the back of my head is this feels like a course that I've already played 50 times. A lot of just kind of dead straight shots. The surroundings will change a bit, but at the end of the day, you're just picking your straight flyers and sending them. I will say navigating this course can be quite difficult. The layout was kind of funky, how you kept emerging in the middle of fairways, and I was on udisc more on this course than I've ever been so far filming. Yes, I needed it for, you know, the distances because there are no T signs here, but also navigation as well. If they decide to invest in Kimball Pines, I think it can move up quite a bit. They have a nice secluded location. It is beautiful here. The birds were super loud when I got my round started, and there is some beauty when you really take a second, look around, and soak it in. This course did a decent job of mixing up the distances. I will give it that. You do get some kind of fun ace runs, and then you get some holes where you really can just air the disc out, but for the most part, you are just hitting those tunnel shots. As far as Kimball Pines goes, I'm gonna let the video do most of the talking. I don't have a whole lot to say on this course, but I will give it the overall rating of 6.8 out of 10. I think that it does have a lot of potential, but as it sits, there's nothing that's really got me excited throughout the round, nothing that makes me wanna play it again, and it wouldn't necessarily be a course that I recommend to people. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Now it's your turn to go toss some plastic.